Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Cine Sports Network proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world, the Four Quarters Show. I am your hostess with the mostest, aka Mr. Swiss Roll, the main event, the showstopper, Melo. Yeah. Thank you. And right in front of me, I have the Scottie Pippen to my Michael Jordan, the Sammy Sosa to my Mark McGuire, and the Lionel Messi to my Cristiano Ronaldo. Alain. Come on, guys. That's not very nice.
You had it right the first time when you're about to say Michael. A little slip there because that's the truth.
I don't know what you're talking about. Scotty. It's okay. Everyone needs their Scotty. You're my Scotty. It's good.
Okay. You know damn well I'm not your Scottie Pippen. You know damn well. And there's nothing wrong with being a Scottie Pippen. He's actually a top 50 NBA player of all time.
Is he, though, anymore? I feel like that's something we need to debate because I don't know if Scotty's a top 50.
I'll do a top 50 list. Give me a week and I'll have a top 50 list ready for you.
I feel like maybe Scotty, with all the great players that we've had throughout the years, maybe he's not top 50 anymore. He's still top 100 for sure, but 50 might be pushing it.
I don't know. He has 6 rings. It's hard to take 6 rings out of there. So tell me.
So how many does Robert Horry have? Is he top 50?
No, but that's different. You know that's different. Also, are we live right now on Facebook? Because I'm trying to.
We are live on Facebook. You can go ahead and share it out there.
I'm trying to, but I don't see it on your page.
I haven't done it yet. I thought I did. Anyone out there? Same thing. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and the Twitter. So you can go ahead and share us out there if you like. There, I shared it again. And while Alain, shares it out, I will address the Four Quarters audience. I know everyone should know if you listen to the last podcast. It's a very sad day in the Four Quarters world. Finally, after 10 plus episodes, someone has finally dethroned the champion, and that is myself. And I will go more into it at halftime. What happened? What was the situation? How I ended up losing my championship reign, my title, to the man in front of me, to the Lionel Messi. And because of that, I know he has it. I brought him over what he requested, which was the white wine that he wanted for this episode. So I don't know if you're going to do the honors while I set everything up. But yes, it's a very sad day, guys. I know everyone's here in touch with me.
I mean, I don't understand when he gave himself the self-proclaimed halftime champion when the champion's right here with the 2 bottles of wine right here. Thank you so much, Melo. Thank you so much. Look at this. Look how amazing this is. We're gonna drink some of this now. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pop. Which one? I'll let you decide if you want to drink. Which one do you want to drink?
Let's go ahead and try the German one.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay.
But yeah, like I said, I'll go more into it in halftime. It was I was duped.
You were not duped. Don't even say that. You are a grown man who made your decision.
I was deceived. I was, given, a fake facade, and it was just, the rug was pulled right under me, and I was just like, wow, what's going on? What? I don't understand. So we'll go into that.
Is that what the Michael Jordan, Cristiano Ronaldo, is going to say? Really? That's what he's going to say? Oh, you're something.
It happens. It happens. Look what happened when Mike came back. And it's essentially what happened here. Mike came back. He thought he was going to go to the finals again, but he still, wasn't there. What happens? Horace Grant goes and leaves him. goes to the Magic, and they go to and the Magic beat them in the Eastern Conference Finals and go to the NBA Finals. It's exactly what happened. So, what can I say?
That you're a loser, and that I am the halftime champion. That's what you should be saying, because that's what happened.
Again, we're gonna go over this in halftime. I will explain to everyone out there, so stay tuned.
I mean, there's nothing to explain. You lost.
There's a special surprise at halftime that I went out because I felt like this is mine, and it's gonna be now a staple for the 4-quarter show.
Oh, there's something that you decided on your own without deliberating with the halftime champion. I'm the longest reigning halftime champion still, so it doesn't count, right? I wasn't here for like 2 months.
Of course it counts. You're still there just because you weren't here to fight for it doesn't mean that I wasn't defending. I wasn't the reigning champion. So I was still out there doing my business, and that's all that matters. I defended it like a true champion. That sound of winners. That's the sound the Miami Heat are going to
start. We got the halftime cups.
Hey, everyone can finally see them. It's either those or the Dragon Ball Z Vegeta.
I thought about those, but I thought these would be good since we had the UM colors.
Hey,
here you go.
Let's go. And with that, I'm gonna pop over quarter number 1 here, and thank you very much, sir. And quarter number 1 is going to be
because I'm a halftime champion.
Yeah. Cheers. Champ. For now.
Man, it tastes good being a champion.
I like that. That's the first time I have this one. So, champ. How about you set that timer, and we're going to go ahead and start with quarter number 1.
All right. Let me set that timer. And let's get it going. Oh, wait, we got to explain the format of the show.
You're absolutely right.
Wow.
I'll let you go ahead and do that. That's your specialty.
And here we go. Welcome to 4 quarters, where me and my co-host Melo, we debate sports for 4 quarters. And each quarter is 12 to 15 minutes long. And today I'm kind of feeling I want 15 minutes because we have NFL predictions, we have MLB predictions, we have NFL finals, and it's a big day for Miami. So we are going to do 15 minutes today because I feel so good. And in those 15 minutes, we will discuss a certain sports topic of our choosing. So that's 4 quarters, each one 15 minutes. We also have a halftime where me and my co-host Melo decide to bet some wagers. And then the next week, the loser has to bring in a nice little goodie that the winner decided. And we also have an overtime where we discuss anything, open, whatever we want, whatever you guys put in the comment section, we will discuss. And that is 4 quarters.
Exactly. So something that we haven't done before, we'll say it now. If you guys have any topics you want us to talk about, whether it's an OT, quarter 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, if you guys want us to actually bet on something, let's say I know one time we did a cricket match. If you guys want us to bet on something, not a lot of people watch, but you do, let us know. Slide into our DMs on the Instagram at the 4 Quarter Show. If you're watching us live, it's at the bottom. If not, it's at the 4 Quarter Show on IG. Go ahead and shoot us and slide into that DM. One of us will answer, and we'll go ahead and take your request. But with that said, we're gonna go ahead and start quarter number 1,
and we're going.
Let's go. So quarter number 1, we're gonna start off with this past weekend in sports. And, myself, Alain here, we're both Miami boys, born and raised. And it was a pretty big weekend for Miami. Would you not say so?
Huge weekend. Probably the biggest weekend in Miami this year.
It just went all 2020 on us. So if we start off from Thursday, we had week 3 kickoff with the Miami Dolphins versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Fitzmagic went and did his thing. Fitzmagic ran wild on it's funny. I think he's the only team that has beaten the Jaguars with like 4 different teams or 6 different teams, something wild like that. Like he beat them with the Bengals, the Jets, the Bills, the Dolphins, and there was another team he was on that I saw that he beat them with, and I was just like, yo, that's wild how Fitzmagic has been able to do that with so many different teams. Are you surprised?
About Fitzmagic? Never. Fitzmagic never surprises me. He's still in the league. He's still a viable NFL quarterback, which is why he is the Miami Dolphins NFL quarterback, and which I might say is a better quarterback than the current New York Giants starting quarterback, who is 0-3. Man, can they buy a win? I don't think they can buy a win. I think they're racing to see who's the worst team in New York at this point. They had this new stadium of losers. I don't understand. New stadium, 0-6. That place is people just go there to lose, huh? Man, but yes, Fitzmagic is magic here in the Magic City.
Magic City. I thought that was Atlanta. First off, we're not going to talk about the Giants in this quarter because it's not about the Giants. It's about Miami. We'll talk about the Giants in quarter 3, 4, another one, because that is not fair for you to be able to say that, especially after all the losses the Giants have had offensively. And apparently the field in MetLife is terrible, according to the 49ers, even though they're 2-0 there. I don't understand that. But we started off Miami sports with the Dolphins W. Then after that, we had on Saturday night, we had a good old rivalry game, which to me, I said in a previous shows that UM versus FSU is probably the greatest rivalry that Miami has in sports history. And of course, continuing with our tradition, Miami went on and spanked the Seminoles 52-10. 52-10.
Take a drink to that. Did FSU show up?
I don't think so. So this is how the scoring went. In the first quarter, it was 14-3. My Hurricanes over the Seminoles. In the second quarter, things just picked up 24-0. So at this point, the Hurricanes are up 38.
It's okay. You confuse great teams, so it's no problem.
Okay, yeah. And then third quarter, Miami didn't score, and the Seminoles scored 7. So it's like, okay, 10-38. Are they going to make this a game? Nope. Seminoles went down in the fourth quarter, 14-0, bringing us to 52-10. It just felt so good, especially after last season where, we had games where we lost to FIU that we shouldn't have lost. And
as a former Panther,
so am I.
It's okay that they do FIU. It's FIU.
I won't lie saying that a part of me wasn't rooting for FIU just because, why not? It was the second time that they've met since that infamous brawl that, I feel like so many of us were at, that I think, hey, why not? Why not give them that one up, especially because, they're never going to get to the point of UM. But it feels good this season seeing UM kind of rebound back. Right now, they're ranked number 8 in the nation. So after this one, it was so good. So good.
Yeah, it was amazing. I'm glad I got to see that, especially growing up with some of those rivalries. Going to the games here in Miami are just epic, and in Tallahassee are incredible games to go to. The tailgates are out of this world. The competitiveness is uncanny. So I will say it was great to just not only win, but just stomp FSU this year and have another year to just be able to brag to them. Hey, there's one of our number one fans, if not number one fan, Kenny, which I got to watch the UM game with him this weekend. Ooh. We got to watch that together.
I know that boy was definitely wearing that green and orange.
So it was an amazing win, and I just hope this is good things to come for UM. This pandemic and everything. So hopefully UM can pick things back up and keep playing at this every week and bring some more wins here to Miami.
I hope so too. The one thing that you did mention that it was very different this year was the tailgating. I'm pretty sure there was. I wasn't there, but I don't think there was any of that. I know that the stadium or the mayor or whatever, they made it that any games that were played here in Miami for college were going to be dry, so no alcohol, nothing. So if you wanted to consume anything,
sounds like an FIU tailgate.
It had to be consumed on the outside, and I really don't know how many people were tailgating. And this was during everything being reopened here in Miami, so who knows? Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Ooh, that's a bold statement for Kenny here and King for Heisman.
We should write that down. You know what we should do? We should do how they do it in the NBA TNT team. What they do is Shaq, Kenny, and Charles.
Sandy fishing?
We should do little post-its. We'll put them right here on the wall for bold statements by us or our fans.
Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do then? I'm gonna get a little. Since I'm the Woody Page of this cold pizza.
Wow,
I'm gonna get.
You are definitely the Skip Page.
I'm definitely the Woody Page. Legit facts, opinions. I can back it up. I can back it up.
Oh, that's gonna be
like I'm Cardi B backing it up. So I'm gonna get a little back here, a little chalkboard, and just start writing random things there for my fans out there. All the Melo maniacs. See what Kay said. Manny Diaz born. See, I'm so happy that they're doing so well just because I love that Manny Diaz signing. To me, I loved it. How did you feel about that actually?
Oh, I thought it was a great pickup. Even though he was a first-time head coach, he was big with the defense and it's amazing. So why not?
And I feel like it's someone that he was in the program, so it's like why not? It's someone that was built from within. Why not reward him for that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll move on. So we got the Dolphins dub, UM dub, and then we had something that we had not seen since 2003, and that was the Miami Marlins clinching a playoff berth against the win against the New York Yankees, the last team they beat in the playoffs. So that was huge in itself.
I was at a World Series game. Alex Gonzalez hit the homer to win the game.
Alex Gonzalez, man. Ugh.
Yeah, Alex Gonzalez. He hit that jack to win the game at the end. Oh, what a game. What a feeling when we won that World Series. But yeah, hopefully we do it again. The Marlins know how to win playoffs. We're one of the underdogs. It's in our DNA. So I have a lot of faith in us winning this year. And it's been an interesting baseball season with everything that's been going on. Mm-hmm. But I have to give credit to Miami for continuing to play hard when people thought we had no expectations. Some of the moves DJ made and one of the trades and acquisitions this year were big. So I give it up to them and what's going on.
And I'm going to chime in on that. I feel like if you look at where the season started for us, we beat the Phillies, and I think it was like, man.
What? You can't listen.
We were up.
The champion is celebrating right now.
We won. It was I think we won the series 2-3. Two. We lost. 2 out of 3 we won for the first series against the Phillies, and then that whole COVID thing struck, and we were not playing for an entire week. And then I was like, okay, what are they going to do? Are they going to wait? Are we going to cancel the season? Are they going to bring up guys from the AAA, AA? Like, what are the Marlins going to do? There's no way. And if you go to the website, Cine Sports Talk, the Miami Marlins were one of my picks to make it because they expanded to 8 teams this year to make it into the playoffs. And everyone looked at me like, Marlins, get out of here. The Mets will most likely make it before the Marlins. And Mets ain't doing nothing again. Until A-Rod probably buys them out, Mets ain't doing nada.
Yeah, you think A-Rod's going to buy them out?
I think he could. I know he wants to, and that'd be great. Imagine you have the Mets and Marlins, you have Jeter versus A-Rod again.
Oh, man, it's funny because teammates can just hate each other. Watching some of those videos of them just not being friends it's kind of funny, but
it's weird. You got to give A-Rod his credit, man. 2009, he led that team.
Oh, I'm a big A-Rod fan,
I love A-Rod. So I forgot where I was going with this, but yeah. So the way
put my boy George Metcalf on the board.
George,
right there, got your back. That man always has my back. Huge sports lover, right there. Would love to have him on the podcast whenever he has time, man. He's fun to talk to.
You heard it. If you want to get beat just like Alain does every week against me, hey, you're more than welcome to join us. But yes, the way that the season started, no one thought, especially after the COVID scare, no one thought the Marlins were going to be where they're at now. And those boys fought. That's the only thing I can say about them. Yeah, they messed up at the beginning of the season, most likely going out, and they ended up catching this. But then after that, it was all fun and games, man. That's exactly what I feel 97 and 03, where it was a bunch of guys going out there having fun and playing ball. So I love that. And I think this team is encapsulating that. And man, Jeter, mad props to you. He's gone out. He hasn't just stayed complacent with what the team that he had. He went out, made a sign. He got starting Marte to help us out in the offense and defense. So
big sign, yeah.
To me, I feel like you got to be scared of the Marlins in these playoffs because you never know.
I got to agree. But with that being said, we move on to the biggest news in Miami. Maybe South Florida. No, the whole state of Florida. You say the news.
That is that the Miami Heat have advanced to the, I'm going to go ASMR. The Miami Heat have advanced to the NBA Finals for the sixth time in franchise history without LeBron James.
The heat is on. The heat is on. Hey, we got the Heat back at the championship. Because all we had to do was retool. That's all we had to do was retool.
And find some dogs, because that's exactly what we have on this team. Dogs.
All I kept hearing, oh, the Clippers have dogs. The Clippers got ballers. The Clippers got this. No, all the ballers are in the Heat. All the dogs are in the Heat.
I'm going to throw some shade at my boy Whiteside. We got shooters.
I'm glad we got rid of Whiteside. I'm glad we got rid of Waiters, even though Waiters is going to win a ring.
He's going to win no matter
what.
That is mind-blowing to me how this man is going to get a ring, whether the Lakers or the Heat win.
Hey, good for him, but I am ecstatic about the Heat. We're not going to see any predictions yet. We're going to leave that for the next quarter. But I just want to give this moment to really give credit to the boys out there in the team. The Heat really did play amazing basketball against a really tough team. As much as people want to say around that maybe the Celtics weren't ready or anything, but they've been in the playoffs for the past couple of years, and they were more than ready to finally make the championship. But the Heat kept derailing every single team that they faced.
You're absolutely right. So I got this one before. The OG song. Yo, so. Yeah, Kenny, it is. They are, man, it's so great to see this group of guys, just go out there and fight, even when their backs are against the wall. They've literally been the underdog in each series. It was 4-5 against the Pacers. It was 1-5 against Giannis and the Bucks.
Oh, the two-time MVP. Back-to-back MVP.
And Defensive Player of the Year.
Back-to-back MVP.
And Defensive Player of the Year.
LeBron got robbed.
He did it, but we all know he didn't get robbed. And then the Celtics were number 3, right?
Were they? I think so.
It was either 2 or 3. They beat the Celtics, and they were not supposed to beat them. And we're still here. And I love it because Pat Riley right now. Pat Riley right now has a grin on his face, like bring on LeBron, and that's exactly what I've been saying since they won. Since LeBron, because obviously the Lakers beat the Nuggets before we beat the Celtics. But after we did it, that's in quarter number 1. But I'm going to finish this thought. After we won, that was my thought, my mindset. I said, bring on LeBron. We want LeBron. I want to beat him. I want to bury LeBron and make you feel stupid for leaving this organization. Because exactly the way you feel your culture now, LeBron, you learned it here. You didn't learn that in Cleveland. Dan Gilbert wasn't teaching you that. Pat Riley was teaching you that. Dwayne Wade was teaching you that.
Yeah, and for someone who's a really big LeBron fan, I feel almost the exact same way. I really can't wait to face LeBron. I really can't wait to just show him what he left, and he could have stayed. We could have won 10 championships here. Everyone was making fun of him for going not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. But he knew how the culture is here, and that was a huge possibility to be able to stay here because Pat Riley would have retooled and found him players.
Absolutely. And just think about it. If he would have stayed here, he could have done it. He could have still been going to the finals every year after that. He would have been with D-Wade. He would have been with Bosch. Like, man, the big three would have still been intact.
Absolutely. So
and you just find different players. If you get your Tyler Heroes, your James Johnsons, like you would have just your Jay Crowders. You could have got these guys here in Miami before that, and he still would have been in the finals. So, you know what? I'm just gonna stop here because my LeBron bitterness is gonna stop.
Yeah, I need you to give me. I want to give you some championship wine. There you go.
Ooh. All right, we got so Janice, we're going to talk about MLB in a little bit. She said that she's upset that the MLB is being played in the daytime, preempting her soap opera.
Oh no!
Which is it's a big deal.
I know,
especially that I know soap operas have been airing again because before obviously nothing was being aired because it wasn't live. But all right, we're going to get to that soon, Janice. But now we're going to start quarter number 2.
Starting now,
and we're jumping into a little bit of NBA talk again, and we're going to talk about the team that the Miami Heat beat, and that is the Boston Celtics and their collapse now. What happened? The number 3 seed, with all this momentum, we got rid of Kyrie, the cancer. We should be better. We got rid of Al Horford, the dead weight. What happened?
Man, what happened was worst bench in the NBA. They have one of the worst benches in the NBA. Absolutely. When that bench comes in, it doesn't really do much. And then you also have to give it to man, what time are we gonna start blaming Brad Stevens for what's going on? Maybe the coaching, maybe the coaching, the adjustments weren't where they should have been. I mean, it's series after series after series where he's just not winning in the playoffs. But most importantly, I truly believe it comes down to, who's the star player in that team. I mean, who is going to save these games? You have Jaylen Brown, who I've said on this show before. I don't think he's a closer. I think he might be.
Jaylen Brown's a closer?
I don't think he's a closer. I
feel like he might.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tatum. Why?
Okay,
sorry.
Jaylen Brown was like.
You're. I believe, like I said before in the show. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. Jason Tatum. I just can't. Losers in my mind. Just I can't remember names.
They all look the same to you.
Jason Tatum. He. I don't think he's a closer. I feel he's kind of like LeBron in that standpoint, where he kind of has a difficulty finishing games, and especially now early in his career, he has to develop that. Jaylen Brown should be the one taking those shots in the end, which I think he's going to leave the Celtics. Ooh, but it might be better for them also because I feel that it's just too many heads in that team, and the ball can't be passed enough. Kemba Walker is a great closer, but he was kind of inconsistent in the series. You never knew he was going to show up. And, of course, another reason is Smart. Smart is just...
That's your boy.
Man, every time he shot a 3 in the games, I said, yeah, I was smiling. Take it. Take the shot, Smart. Keep going. So I just feel that team, does it have an identity? I don't know. It's a confusing team. So it's just a lot going on. But, yeah, I think it has to do with a weak bench. Stevens you got to talk about Stevens at this point. He's had many years in that team now. Young coach, but I don't know. Maybe the team is feeding off what Stevens is, and sometimes you see him on the bench, he just doesn't look like he's the guy that should be there.
So I'm going to chime in here with what Kenny said. He said, yes, we blame Stevens. No control of his team. Players checking up shots. No offensive plan. So here's what I'm going to say about Brad Stevens. He now is being criticized a lot, sort of like Papa Doc. That's Doc Rivers for anyone who doesn't know. And that is because he overachieved back a couple years ago, bringing this team that no one thought was going to do anything and taking them to, conference finals in the second round, and everyone thought that the Boston team wasn't going to do anything. So I feel like that is kind of hurting his legacy or whatever, that he overachieved. Who I had to put the blame on? I'm going to give him some of the blame, but I'm also going to give the blame on none of the players. I'm going to blame your boy Tatum, who everyone's like, oh, yeah, he's like the next guy and all this, but I don't feel like he's taking control of the team. If he wanted this control, he would say, give me the ball, feed the offense through me in this fourth quarter so that we can win the game. And he's not doing that. He's being very passive, trying to, oh, yeah, here you go, Kemba, here you go, Jaylen. Here you go, Marcus Smart. Like, if I'm Jason Tatum, I'm going to go to Marcus Smart and saying, hey, what are you doing, dude? Why are you taking these 3-point shots that are ridiculous with a guy in your face? Why are you doing that? There's no point in doing that. So I feel like he could be that person. He just isn't that. He hasn't been that person. And Kemba is like exactly what I told you and what you just said now. He's been so inconsistent that he's good, but then he just disappears. And it's like, where did Kemba go? Marcus Smart either is on or is off most of the times. Jaylen Brown, I feel like, is the only person who has been consistent and he was giving you exactly what he was supposed to. And it's like, okay, are you going to make Jaylen Brown the star? Because if you are, great. But you need to make that known so that you don't get confused with Tatum or Kemba or anyone else. So they have a lot of different issues that I saw a lot in this series. And afterwards, after analyzing it, I think that's their main issue. They don't know who their go-to guy is and who's the leader of this team. I feel like they're going on Brad Stevens. And yeah, he's the coach, but he's not going to be the leader on that court. He's not out there playing.
Yeah,
but jersey on.
But I think that's where it comes down to. Stevens is the one who needs to make that decision and choose for them. They're a young team, and he needs to say, "Hey, look, Tatum, this is our guy," or Brown, this is our guy, or Kemba Walker, here's our guy. And
but can he really do that?
I think you can as a coach. Yes, you can. You can draw plays to say this is the guy who's taking the last shot.
You're right. You can draw plays for the player, but I feel like at the end, whoever that player is needs to man up. If it's me, I'm going to be like, you guys are going to run it through me. Give me the ball. I'm going to take us there. But even, I don't feel like no one has, like they say, the Mamba mentality. Jason Tatum doesn't have that yet. He didn't go out there and say, hey, give me the ball. I'm going to make sure that we're going to win this. And I think what killed him was that block with on Bam. That Bam just completely, killed that momentum. Like, oh, you thought you were the guy? Yeah, no, you're not, buddy.
All right. Well, with that being said, because I don't want to keep wasting my breath on the Boston Celtics, who still aren't here, and the Heat just continue to always dominate. So we're out of this. Just I was watching on Undisputed, how they were talking about that LeBron game, that infamous Game 6, where he came in with the 45 points and 15 rebounds. Oh, what a great game when we destroyed those Celtics, and then we went on to win Game 7. All right, so on to the next topic.
How about that? Did you see how bitter?
Paul Pierce?
Paul Pierce.
Oh,
Paul Pierce. I love it.
Paul Pierce.
And my favorite thing is that so Paul Pierce did not want to call Tyler Hero a bucket.
Put that on the screen. Come on. We need something like go Heat. There we go.
Yeah,
there
Jasmine,
we go.
Let's go.
Thank
go
you, Jasmine.
Heat.
Appreciate that. Love you, girl. Go Heat.
So I loved that. He didn't want to call Tyler Hero a bucket because he said, oh, you have to average 20 points in a series. So then Tyler Hero goes on and says, well, I averaged 20 points in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I feel like he should have said, against your Celtics. I loved it. I love it.
I feel Paul Pierce's head must be going crazy right now because now he's an analyst on ESPN and he has to choose whether he's going to go for the Lakers, LeBron James, or the Miami Heat, who he continues to keep bashing. So I'm just so excited to see his predictions. Are they out yet? Are they not?
You know for sure he's going to go for the Lakers.
And
he doesn't want the Heat to win.
As soon as his predictions are out, I can't wait so we can talk about it on the show because it's just going to crack me up.
I love it.
Moving on to the next one. Melo, tell me, NBA Finals 2020, what are your predictions? Who's going to win, the Heat or the Lakers?
Man, so we got Los Angeles and the Miami Heat.
South Beach versus Hollywood.
I don't know. This is kind of hard. The Miami Heat, man.
Oh.
Miami Heat. I'm not going against anyone against
Wow.
Me. And I'm going to make a bold. I did it last time. So, and I was correct. My prediction was Heat in 6.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. I said Heat in 6 against the Celtics, and they did it. My prediction for this one is the Miami. I'm going to do ASMR again for everyone out there. The Miami Heat are going to win in 7 games. 7 games, baby. I am saying Miami Heat because in the first round, they swept the Pacers. Second round, they beat Giannis in 5. In the Eastern Conference Finals, they beat the Celtics in 6. So why not? Miami in 7, baby.
Why not us?
Exactly. Why not us? The way these guys are playing, that bubble doesn't care about home court advantage. It doesn't care who's there. It's an open gym. Go out there and play. And our team are dogs. That's what I love.
That is a bold prediction, Melo, for you to say Heat and 7. For you just to say the Heat are going to win. I have taken a lot of time to decide because I am actually a LeBron James fan. And I lived in California for 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a hard decision for me to pick what team I'm going to root for. It was not hard at all. I'm going to go for my Miami Heat. And not just because I'm a homer. That's not why I'm going to go with them. It's an actual prediction, and not just a prediction made with my heart. It's one that I really thought about, and I hate that I had the same prediction as you, but I also was gonna say Heat in 7. And it's just because we've been such an underdog in this playoffs, and every single step of the way we keep getting denied. And we keep getting denied, and we keep getting denied.
There's been no respect.
We keep getting disrespected, even on First Take, or we keep getting disrespected, especially on Undisputed.
Well, hold on.
Stephen A. hasn't disrespected us. You're right.
I was going to say Skip hasn't disrespected us.
Skip has.
What?
Skip
has said that whatever we're doing is like right. That we have that chemistry that just works.
But I was listening to him today, and he was making it sound like
what he had said is that it's going to be an easy 4th ring for LeBron.
Yes, and that pisses me off because he's saying that it's not like he's facing the Celtics, or it's not like he's facing the Bucks, and that's disrespectful to say because we just finished beating both of those teams. And now it's an easy ring. It's not going to be an easy ring.
It's not.
And I truly mean I think it's going to be in 7 because just like Kenny on that comment said, Bam. There you go. Bam can't contain AD. That I feel the exact same way. I feel Bam showed you his heart. He blamed the game 5 loss on himself, and he said he was going to play better. And you know what? He came to game 6 and he played his butt off. And he's been a player that continues to put up points game in and game out. He doesn't get lost. He gives you points. He gives you rebounds. He gives you double-double every game. So with that being said, I say Heat in 7. If Jimmy Buckets can play better consistent offense in this finals and just show up and be the leader we need him to be, I feel we can win this series. And I truly believe this series is going to come down to Jimmy Buckets. I think Jimmy Buckets is going to get MVP. That's my other bold prediction.
Well, I was going to ask you, so if the Heat win, who was your MVP for the series?
Butler. For us to win, it needs to be Butler because I know Bam is going to show up. Bam always shows up. Our team is full of dogs, and our team usually has been showing up because if there were a team that didn't show up, we would have been eliminated the first round, the second round for sure. But you know what? They can play in this level. They can play with the big boys. So I'm no longer considering them a young team who can't play well. They can play well. They've shown you. And who we need to dominate is Jimmy Butler to have a better series or at least on par with LeBron James. I know that's hard to ask for, but we have to do that.
I think he needs to contain him.
Because LeBron and Anthony Davis are the best duo in the NBA. I truly believe there's no arguing that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we need Jimmy Butler to have 4 spectacular games.
We need it to 4 spectacular and 4 spectacular quarters. Nah, I got the plug right there.
That's what he did there.
So 2 things I'm going to say. Number 1 is I like your Duncan Robinson jersey behind you.
Let's take out. That's J Will. That's J Will right there.
Duncan Robinson's wearing it better right now.
There you go. It's autographed too. Shout out to Arthur. Thank you, boy.
The second thing I'm gonna say is Jimmy Butler needs to be what Kawhi was back in 2013. He needs to be that itch on LeBron James's neck where where LeBron is like at the free throw line, like, damn it, man. Jimmy Butler's gonna come in. He doesn't honestly offensively, he just needs to do what he's been doing. Get your 20 points, and that's it. But he needs to play defense like he's never played it before. Because I feel like no one else is gonna cover LeBron James. It has to be Jimmy Butler. It's not gonna be Jay Crowder. It's not gonna be Solomon Hill. It's not going to be. I mean, it might be Iggy for a little bit. Maybe when you got to have Jimmy get a break, but it's got to be Jimmy Butler. So my prediction for MVP is going to be. I don't want to agree with you, but I want it just to be Jimmy. To not only because what he brought into this team has been such a catapult to how we're doing. But just kind of like a big FU to everyone else.
Yeah, they keep
to the Timberwolves, to the Bulls,
yep.
to the Sixers, to Cat, to Boozer, whoever else, to Simmons, whoever else doubted this man that he was a cancer, because that man is not a cancer, man. He is a fighter. He is a dog, like I said earlier in the show, and I love that. I want that on my team, and I've always said it. It wasn't last season. It might have been last season actually. Whenever Jimmy Butler said, "Hey, give me these 4 guys, I'm gonna go up against your starting lineup in the Minnesota," and he went out and beat Cat. He beat Andrew Wiggins. Oh, that's the guy I want on my team, and I feel like it's the guy anybody wants on their team. So when he got this label of being a cancer, I hated that because I thought Jimmy was always that guy who's gonna push and push and push you.
Yeah, and there's definitely a great podcast. Everybody should listen to, and it's a JJ Redick podcast, and it's the interview with Jimmy Buckets, and I think that's a real good podcast. Biscayne Buckets.
Ooh, Kenny made his own prediction. He said, "Dragic for MVP."
Dude, I'm gonna have post-its up this week because I definitely want to post these things because he's really giving me drastic Heisman winners and now MVP winners. And I gotta call him after this because I really want to hear. Him. Or we're gonna have him on next week.
I feel like at this point we need to have Kenny on here.
Yeah, definitely.
But tragic. That's it. So wait, before we start, we're going to halftime. If the Lakers win, who's your MVP?
Hold on, I think we should extend this quarter a little longer because I don't want to take NBA to the second half. And
that's what I'm saying. I don't want to. That's what I'm saying right now. So
okay, I'm putting a little more time on the clock.
We're into. This is like quarter 2.1.
Just a little like NBA finals talk. So you're asking me if the Lakers win, who gets MVP? LeBron James. That's the easiest. I don't even have to think about it. It's LeBron James will win MVP. He's gonna get you know what? He's gonna average a triple-double against the Heat. He's gonna have to do all of that for them to win. If he wins MVP, that means he's averaging a triple-double.
I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be Anthony Davis. It's not gonna be LeBron.
No.
You wanna know why?
No.
Because you wanna know why?
Too bright for him.
It's not though. I mean, you never know. It might be. But remember, he's not playing in front of fans. He's playing in an empty arena where all he has to do is go out and make buckets. And it's what he's been doing.
Millions and millions and millions. Every time we say millions, we got to do that. Every single time on this show, when we say millions, we have to say just like that.
Like The Rock. Got you.
All right, hold on.
But wait, you want to know why I don't think so? But like I said, you're playing in an empty arena. Jesus Christ, David. And I don't think it's going to be too much because of that. I don't think it's going to be too much for him. Like I said, he's playing in an empty arena. And you have the fact that you have Rajon Rondo. Rondo has literally been their big three. He's the third person. It's LeBron, AD, and Rondo. And then after that, it's everyone else. Whether it's Caruso, Kuzma, Dwight Howard. But Rondo has been so big. And I feel like if Rondo continues that, yeah, they're going to win.
All right. Well, I still think it's LeBron. But, okay, so
baby.
There's two more things I want There's two more things I want to ask you, okay? The first thing, LeBron's legacy. If he loses, what does it do to his legacy? And the second question is, I want to talk about the Doc Rivers firing. But first thing, I want to hear about LeBron's legacy. Win or lose, how does it look?
I like how you added that to our
I know.
Right now.
I thought that was just a great question.
So I honestly, I've been very vocal on how I feel about LeBron James throughout my years, whether when he was in Miami and then afterwards. If LeBron James doesn't win this year, I don't think it affects his legacy. And I think it's the first time I've ever said that.
It does not affect his legacy?
It doesn't.
Hold on. What?
It does not.
If he loses?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay.
Like I said, it's the first time I think I will ever say that. I don't think it will affect his legacy because, one, you have the bubble, and the bubble doesn't care who the hell is in there. And two, well, you have the COVID and all that. But I at this point, LeBron James has done what he has done. He is top 10 NBA players of all time. Notice I said 10, not 5. Top 10 NBA players of all time. And it doesn't matter. His legacy is not going to be affected whether he wins or loses. I know people like Skip Bayless is going to cream him and be like, LeBron James is 3 of 7 or 3 and 7 in the finals and all this other junk. But to me, hey, he's made it there 10 times. That on its own is an accomplishment. To make it to the playoffs is an accomplishment. To be able to make it to the finals alone is an accomplishment. It's tough. And he didn't do it in the lousy ass East. He did it in the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, he didn't play the Clippers, but it doesn't matter. The Clippers didn't make it there. So that's not his fault. You know?
Man, I feel as our opinions are so different on this topic that I feel like that's what I should be saying. But it's just insane what I'm about to say.
Already cemented.
Because now I'm going to sound like this, and I'm a huge LeBron fan.
Ooh.
But here's why I feel he's going to have a chink in his armor for his legacy. His legacy is cemented as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But I hold LeBron to the Michael Jordan caliber level of legacy. So that is why I am going to say it's chinked, because now when we talk about Michael Jordan and LeBron, this is just another reason why we're going to make sure LeBron isn't in Michael Jordan's atmosphere anymore. And it's, hold on. That's why I feel as much as I'm a Heat fan, when you're talking about Michael Jordan and LeBron, this is a team Michael Jordan would beat. This is a team LeBron James should beat. I love my Heat, but this Miami Heat team doesn't have a top 15 player, according to analysts.
And then if you look at everyone that the starting 5,
but hold on,
you have one of the guys drafted before 10.
But let me just even finish what I'm about to say. We don't even have one top 15 player. And most of these amazing teams have at least two top 20 players. And we don't even have one top 15 player, let alone 2 top 20 players. So when you put that into perspective, LeBron needs to win this game to be cemented, to continue being the same breadth as Michael Jordan. If he loses, that kind of talk just dwindles down just another level, which I would hate. But I am going to accept, because at the end of the day, I'm a Miami Heat fan. But that is why I feel this is going to put a chink in LeBron's armor, because he needs to win the series. He does. At the end of the day, he does. This is one of those finals where I can't give him an excuse. I can give him an excuse with the Cleveland one, because that was the first time he was in the finals against the hard Spurs. I can give him an excuse against the Mavericks one, because it was his first go around with the Heat. And the Mavericks beat the Lakers and the Spurs.
No excuses. That finals.
The last Spurs one, Dwayne Wade wasn't even playing defense. And then the ones against the Warriors, it's just, that was a great team.
Yeah.
But this one, there's just no excuse to lose this one. And that's just my opinion. All right, last one, Doc Rivers.
I think that's crazy that you say that.
I know, Doc Rivers. Let's move on.
But I'm not done yet, because I feel like, it's a great topic. See, I think it's so insane that you're going the opposite of me. 2011, definitely, I give him blame for that. But no, shoot. It was something you just said that I can't. It's on the top of my head. I wish I would have wrote it down.
The Warriors, the first Cleveland team.
Oh, about him getting credit. I don't know. If he doesn't win this, yeah, it's against us. There's no top 10, whatever. But I don't know. I feel like I can't blame him because of the situation, and that might be the scapegoat.
And what situation though? Because everyone
There's
doesn't.
no bubble. There's
it
no
doesn't-
home court advantage. There's nothing.
But here's the thing: it doesn't matter because it's an even playing field. LeBron's not the only person suffering from the situation at hand right now. It's an even playing field because everyone's dealing with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So if everyone's dealing with COVID, you're the best player in the NBA. You have to be the best player during COVID, and you have to win the championship.
You're talking about Jimmy Butler, best player in the NBA?
Jimmy Bucket.
All right, let's go. Next up, we're going to talk about
last
Doc.
Yeah, 2 minutes because I think that's all we have left. Two minutes go. Give me 1 minute. What happened with Doc?
Ooh, hold on. For Kenny, 10 finals appearances.
I'm not saying it's not legendary status. It's legendary status. I'm just saying when it comes to Michael Jordan talk.
That was the thing I was gonna say. So maybe it's that I don't hold him to Michael Jordan. I'm sorry. It's Michael,
Go to Doc.
and then
Okay.
LeBron's like right here.
Okay, but
So maybe that's why I don't see it like you do. Where I'm like, if he doesn't win, it's nothing new.
but if he
He's
wins,
not Michael.
but if he wins, if you're here on Michael Jordan, and here on LeBron, if he wins, he'll be right there. He'll be right there.
You're right.
He'll be the only player in NBA history
You're
to
right.
have.
You're right. It'll be a centimeter. It's like right, like inches.
But you see,
But you're right. But if he doesn't win, I don't feel like it affects it. It's just like, okay, yeah, we know you're not Michael. So
still, this
later,
is huge.
LeBron. Anyway, let's talk about Papa Doc, my boy. And I feel like anyone out there, Papa Doc got released from the Clippers.
They mutually,
Yeah, mutually. I think that was wrong. Unless Doc went in there and said, I don't want to be here anymore, I think that was completely wrong. It should have never happened.
I don't know. You know why he didn't say that? Because he's going to pay a lot of money to do what he does, and he's not going to leave. What happened was they went to go speak to Leonard and George, and this is a star-driven league, and they're the ones who choose the coach. And they said, what happened? And the team said, Paul George, we believe you because you apparently have a history of having good playoff games that we're going to listen to your opinion.
Paul George. It's Doc Rivers.
So that
Who doesn't have an NBA championship ring.
So unfortunately, they for sure got Doc Rivers fired.
And I think
just 2 seconds.
We'll do it quick. I feel like Doc has gotten the short end of the stick because I'm sorry, Doc is a great coach.
Yeah, he is. I agree with that.
He has just got from when he was in the Western Conference and when he went to LA, he turned that LA team into a caliber, like a playoff contender. Something they were never.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Chris Kaman, nobody. He turned them into a contender. And what people aren't seeing is that the fact that he had to go up against the Warriors and then OKC back to back, and he had weak-minded players. I'm sorry, I know that we don't like using that weak-minded thing, but against players that weren't physically there, like your Blakes, your DeAndre Jordans, that weren't physically, like mentally prepared for the next step, and he got the short end of the stick of that, And I feel like that's not his fault. This year, you had COVID. You had so many different things happen that I feel like he deserved at least one more year before you think about letting him go. So I don't understand why they let him go. And I guarantee it might be something like what happened with the Golden State Warriors and Steve Kerr, where Mark Jackson was 1 year away from getting that team to the finals. And Steve Kerr comes in, bam, he takes them to the finals and they win. But you keep Mark Jackson, who's to say that they don't go to the finals? So next year, what is not to stop them from going to the finals? I don't understand. And at this point, I don't know where Doc goes. I don't know if he goes. Does he go to another team? Does he, go to commentary? Does he just, stick to the background for a bit?
We got a funny guy. Let's go. Look at Pat. Lakers update just came. Let's go. Hey, Pat, man. Damn.
That's weird.
Wow.
Patrick is the biggest Alonzo Mourning fan of all time.
Pat's one of the realest dudes from South Miami. That's who that is. Man, I love Pat. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Pat, bro. I hope you're doing well, man.
Yeah, I know that you're engaged, Pat. So congratulations. To me, shoot. I feel like this is an overtime topic. So Pat, first time I met Pat, it was before freshman year. We went in and it was like just going around school and all that nonsense. And I saw Pat and I was like, yo, I low-key want to be friends with this guy. And I think I told Pat the story. And then go in, and I forgot what class me and Pat had together. It might have been PE with Doc, another Doc. And and I don't know what it was. Me and Pat just fucking clicked. Oh, I just cursed. I'm sorry. Me and Pat clicked.
Now we gotta put it on the tag.
I know, we gotta do the explicit. Me and Pat clicked, and from there it was just history, man. Pat to me is all time, man.
No, Pat's an all-time great dude. Always nice. I remember I know him from basketball, from being a sophomore year playing basketball on the team, and Pat was just right there. And he's a supportive dude, man. Pat's a great guy. I remember, because I'm a white boy who could ball, so Pat was like, "Hey, that's my boy."
Pat is one of those guys that gave you his all on the court every time.
Stop cursing!
I said on the court.
Bro, you see Pat's name, and now you cursing all day, bro. What's wrong with you?
Pat got me like, look, Pat, you do always be my boy.
Hey, always, yeah, we do love you, Pat. It's great to see you.
Pat to me from the start, always that guy is gonna give you 100%. He's a Jimmy Butler. He's a Jimmy Butler that was always gonna give you 100% no matter what, and never got the time of day because he wasn't kissing that booty.
You know what? And always smiling.
Yep.
Always
no
smiling.
matter what.
Always, all right, Pat. All right. We love you, Pat. Hey, thanks for the show.
Yes, that was the Pat appreciation of the day. All right, so we're gonna jump into
halftime.
Halftime now. Let me put up the banner, and we're gonna talk about the saddest part of 4 quarters where your boy has been.
We're halftime. Oh, let me pop the next bottle because I'm the halftime champion. Wait, can you say again? Who's the halftime champion?
You have finally, after
it's not finally
10 episodes.
So I'm finally back on the show, and I get my title back because that's how things go around here.
Anyway, so I'm gonna
the next bottle.
I'm gonna let the folks out there, understand what happened. I
You sound like Paul George. You sound like Paul George right now, talking about I was never, we never had expectations for the finals. But go ahead.
I'm gonna talk about it. What happened? We were talking about what were the halftime bets gonna be, what the games were. I put out 3 games. Alain goes, no. I don't like those games.
So, because I'm not stupid.
And I'm like, why? Those 3 games are fair games. I feel like anyone could win them. Nah, pick these games. And I'm like, I don't know.
You're saying
but
you're saying as a girl man, you got pressured into something you didn't want to do.
Exactly. You're Giants, and my Dolphins. I'm gonna do this and that. And I'm like,
you didn't want to root for your Giants.
I was deceived into picking them.
You were not deceived. You're a grown man.
Because he knows that I am never gonna root against my Giants, no matter what. It doesn't matter if they're 0-15, 0-16. I'm always gonna root for them.
Wow, dude.
So he used that. It was conniving and deceitful. And he used it against me, and that's exactly why he won.
This monologue of why you lost.
And not too long. But it's exactly what happened, and it hurt because I let my emotions get the best of me and let him win because of it. And he doesn't know this yet, but Alain, you can serve me my next drink. But because of that, I had a win out. Yes, the next reason. Another white wine.
I used to get a bottle. Yes, I do.
Melo, I'm going to let you finish, but Alain is the all-time. Wow.
There you go. All-time halftime. Thank you.
First off, there's some bias in that.
Thank you.
But whatever. There's some bias in that Daphne one right there. Go back to episode 1, 2, 3, 4, where he couldn't beat me. Anyways, Jasmine, Alain needs to get a box sponsor. What Alain needs to do.
So you have a whole thread of people here saying that I'm the halftime champion.
You're not the halftime champion.
Melo, what's up, man?
Yeah, because these people were not tuned in,
bro.
Episodes 1 through 10. Volumes 1 through 10. So I feel like
cheers to everyone. Thank you. I feel humbled. I appreciate it as your new halftime champion. You're the heel of the show when you realize that. You're the heel. Accept the role. Be the villain. Accept the villain role.
I'll do like LeBron James. I will accept the villain role.
Can we get
And when I win, it's going to be rubbed in the
Okay, let me ask you this question then. For the games this week, because we are to halftime. We have a new way.
Before we start, what we're going to do. I need to present Alain with something that I thought I was going to be able to hold up, but I couldn't. And
what's going on here?
Like I said, it's very disappointing.
I don't know what's going on.
He doesn't know about it.
I don't know what's going on.
I kept it a secret from him. So it's very disappointing. So I will present Alain with
an Xbox Series X?
PS5? Oh, I'm very disappointing. I'm going to present him with the first ever halftime championship. Which
oh my God! I'm actually. You went out and did this? Wow! We have. Wow! Oh my God! This takes me back to when we used to play beer pong, BPE, and we used to have belts. And now I have the. Oh my. Man, you should have told me because I would have brought my spray paint and just put, NWO on this. Wow, thank you. This must hurt you that I'm the first.
It definitely. You're not the first. You're just
the first title hold. Like I actually have the title.
It definitely hurts because I bought it thinking I got this in the bag, and then
all we gotta do is get spray paint and put 4Q right here. 4QS. 4QS right there. 4QS. Wow. I want to thank everyone who listens to our show and who supports me and the debate and know that I'm always right about what I'm saying. Thank you all. A halftime champion. Here's a toast to all the listeners out there. Cheers. Melo, I appreciate you. This is really a tremendous surprise. This actually made me so excited. This is going to stay right here so that everybody can...
Until next week when, it comes back around this way and I am the 2-time halftime champion of the world.
No. That's going to stay right here. It's not going anywhere. Boom, right there. Look at that. Look how nice that is right there. Man, that's amazing.
It's going to look nicer around my waist.
Okay. All right. So that was amazing. Thank you. That's a great surprise. Oh, man, I can't wait. Every time I'm just going to come in and look at that. So I want to ask you, this week we're doing, again, football games. And instead of 3, we're doing 5. Were you pressured into any of these picks today? Please say it live on air now because I don't want to hear an excuse next Tuesday, which everybody, just so you know, we're going to do live shows every Tuesday at 8 p.m. now.
Yep.
That's the show. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. We're going to stay consistent, bearing any big-time games.
It's been breaking news all over.
If there is a big game on a Tuesday, we will do it before or after the show. And we will let you know the week before if there is a schedule change, but we will usually do 8 p.m. on Tuesdays. And yeah, I just tell the fans, were you pressured into any of these picks?
Absolutely. I was pressured into, let's go over the games so they can know how pressured I was.
Wow, here we go.
So we have 5 games, like he just said. We have the Cleveland Browns versus Dallas Cowboys, the Buffalo Bills versus the Oakland Raiders, the Minnesota Vikings versus the Houston Texans, the Miami Dolphins versus the Seattle Seahawks, and then one of the greatest franchises of all time, the New York Giants versus the Los Angeles Rams. I was pressured into putting the Giants in this when I know that they lost Saquon, they lost Sterling Shepard. The O-line is garbage into picking them.
You were not pressured into this. You don't want to root for I can't believe you don't want to root for your own football team.
I never said I didn't want to root for them.
When I have my Dolphins against the Seattle Seahawks, who are 3-0, and if you haven't seen the statistics, Russell Wilson has the most passing touchdowns through 3 games in NFL history. So please explain to me how you're upset about
it's a home game, no?
Okay.
There's no 12th man, right? So
your team is playing the Los Angeles Rams, who just lost to the Buffalo Bills on a comeback win, and your Giants have better odds against my Miami Dolphins.
The Rams that have Aaron Donald, that beast.
Oh my!
I'm sorry, the Giants can't hold back.
They just lost to the Rams.
The Giants can't hold
the
back
Bills.
a butterfly. They can't hold back a butterfly.
Okay,
that's how bad that offensive line is.
Okay.
Why do you think Saquon got hurt? Daniel Jones is literally maybe 2 games away from being.
He got hurt because there's been no preseason, and football has been out of whack, which is why you see so many injuries. But here we go. First game, Browns, Cowboys. Who you got?
I got my boy Odell.
You got Odell.
Got my boy Odell with the poops.
You with the shits?
I'm with the shits.
Oh, boy.
Woo. I'm all about that shit.
Well, I'm on the Skip Bayless bandwagon, and I'm going to hop on the Dallas Cowboy train because I think Dak is going to Dak it up. And
so
Elliott,
he's going to lose the game. That's what you're saying.
They're going to win this game. So I'm giving it to the boys. All right, Buffalo Bills versus the Oakland Raiders. Who are you giving it to?
I'm going to quote the great. And I got...
What are you going to say? Me? You're going to quote me?
No, you're not great, though.
I'm not great. That's crazy. I'm not great. Okay.
One time. You're like 1-4. Anyway, I'm going to quote the great. And I'm going to say, I'm going with the Raiders. John Gruden has done an incredible job with these Las Vegas Raiders. And I'm saying the Buffalo Bills, fairy tale ending ends this week.
Man, I can't believe that I agreed to this game, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to say that the Buffalo Bills and, wow, I can't even want to say this. And Josh Allen, let me finish. The Buffalo Bills, being led by Josh Allen, are going to go 4-0. I'm surprised at myself for picking this pick, but I feel they're going to do it. They're going to beat the Raiders. Josh Allen is going to play better than David Carr. They're going to go 4-0, and yeah, I'm kind of nervous about that game. But Bills Mafia is going to be right there supporting me, so we're good. Next game, let's go, because I want to get over that one. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Houston Texans. The 0-3 Bowl over here, and they're who's gonna win their first game of the season, Melo?
I'm going with Deshaun Watson, going 1-3. I really like him. I think it sucks that he's gotten the David Carr treatment being in Houston, and he's got to go up against Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes every freaking year. So I'm going to Deshaun on this one. I'm going to Houston.
Well, that leaves me for the Minnesota Vikings.
Kirk Cousins, you're the boy.
Clearly, I'm the one getting the short of the stick on this one because I had to be nice for him. But watch, it's fine. It's fine. All right. And the next two games, we already talked about them. Dolphins versus Seahawks, Giants versus Rams. I got my Dolphins. He has his Giants. 5 games this week. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for this one.
So make sure you tune in NFL Sunday.
Let's do it.
We'll see.
All right. That's the end of halftime. So I'm going to put some time on the clock. Let's get back to 15 minutes. And starting now, what are we debating in quarter number 3, Melo?
Quarter number 3. I know you guys are so used to, the NBA talk, but we're actually going to switch it up for a bit. We're going to go a little bit of a NFL. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the Tampa Brady Buccaneers.
I said it, man. I said it. Give my boy Tom Brady a couple games. Give him 4 games, Let him sink it. Let him get in tune with the offense. Let him get used to it. They're playing well. Gronk needs to wake up a little bit. Not sure what's wrong. Maybe he's just a decoy. Not sure. But either way, Bucks are looking good. What do you think?
I'm not going to say they're looking great because they played lousy.
I didn't say they were looking great. I said they were looking good. And like I said, 4 games.
They're 2-1. Like I said, they're at the top of the division because New Orleans had to play Green Bay. However, man, it's what you just said. Gronk has looked like a shell of himself. He literally should have just stayed in WWE, made his money there, and call it a day, man, because he does not look good at all.
I'm not sure what's wrong. It could be he did sit out for a year. A tight end sitting out for a year could be something, but I don't know, man. Maybe he's still trying to get used to the offense. There's a lot of firepower in that team.
And let's not mention they're in the same division with the Atlanta Falcons, who apparently love to blow leads now. I don't understand. Let's go back, not this past week, 2 weeks ago. That Cowboys game, the onside kick.
Mm-hmm.
How do you just look at it?
That has to be because that they did not know the rule. They must have they had to have been confused as a team. Because there's no other way to explain it than the team was just confused. But I will also say,
but I don't get it. Like, yo, how long have you guys been playing football? The Cowboys should be 0-3.
Here's what it is. People, organizations, or NFL teams tend to not put as much emphasis on their special teams, and sometimes a lot of the time, special teams wins you games. And I feel that with COVID and everything, maybe some of the players that should have been there aren't there. They weren't able to explain in OTAs. They didn't have preseason. You don't have that cohesiveness to get the rules and the team intertwined and get to know what's going on that you would have had if you would have had a regular season. And special teams, you usually have new players every year. It's not a part of the team that you have, the same every single year. So I will say, I truly believe they just didn't know the rules and weren't sure. But man, it's week to week you blow leads. Man, I really don't know what to say about this.
Like I said, the Falcons are ever since the Super Bowl, they love to blow leads. It's their favorite pastime now.
But moving on, let's talk about the Tennessee Titans and the positive test. What do you think handle it like the MLB? Do you think they'll stop a game? I mean, what do you think they'll do? Make up games? What's your opinion on this? What should happen?
So I was so positive when week 1 happened and week 2 happened, and there was no one testing positive. I thought, hey, NFL, somehow the guys are being safe. They're not doing, Miami Marlins being unsafe, just doing whatever they want. And then today happened, and I was like, dude, I'm eating my words. It goes back to what I said weeks ago. It's so hard to contain a virus that it's so easy to contract just by being next to somebody, by them talking. These guys are sweating, the water particles in the air, the droplets. It's a lot going on in a football game. So a part of me isn't surprised. I thought it was coming. I was hoping it didn't, but it ended up happening. So now it's like, what happens? The Tennessee Titans right now are not allowed to go to their practice facility until Saturday. The game's on Sunday. So you're telling me they have 1 day to prepare for the Steelers that aren't, a layup. I don't know if as an organization, am I okay with that? And then not only that, but you also affect the team you just played, which was the Vikings, who they're still waiting for all their tests to come back to see if anyone tested positive. And if the Titans have infected the Vikings, that's another game that, we're talking about. And, maybe that's why Alain ends up winning next week because, the Vikings and Houston might not end up happening. And that might be the game that, I could have won. Anyway.
Whoa. You know what? Now that he said that, we're going to make a game on standby to make sure that the Vikings game doesn't happen. We're going to have a standby game to take the place of that game. I see what you do, Melo. I say you play these games. You might not doesn't like to lose and you like to cheat a little bit. But that's fine.
No, I'm just saying. So you never know what could happen. So then it just might affect this other game. So
I think that's unfair. I think they should actually postpone the game entirely because it's like we were talking about before. You brought up the LeBron James and how he didn't, how if he loses or if he wins, the outcome because it was COVID. I feel it's the same thing for this. I said everyone had the same playing field during COVID, and right now it's not an even playing field because you're gonna have a team not be able to practice until Saturday, the day before the game, and that's just not fair, especially with football. You have to prepare for these teams. So I think they should just cancel the game outright, give them the bye week, and put it for another week. But who knows what they're going to do? Or give it a couple extra days, play the game on a Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. Football is just a dangerous sport also, so it's more complicated. These are things that these are things that the NFL should have planned for and should have, you should have protocol for if a team tests positive. Okay, we're not gonna play the game.
Sorry.
Does this man know we're on a podcast right now?
I was on.
Is this man paying attention?
I'm paying attention.
Is the wine hitting you? The wine that you got me for being the champion?
Man, it's not what it was. It's just
Wow, he's bored of my takes because my takes are always right. Maybe if you listen to me more, this wouldn't be an issue.
I was trying to look at one of our listeners. I was looking at their Instagram. That's it.
You were looking at one of our listeners' Instagrams. That's interesting. Okay, all right, good to know.
Anyways,
so let's move on. Okay? So we talked about football and the positive test. This one to me is I'm not sure if to be mad, if to be frustrated,
when I heard
confused.
This, I know where you're going.
Tyrod Taylor and the punctured lung. Is it Tyrod?
Tyrod. Well, it's so funny because I heard the guy from NFL Red Zone call something else, but I'm like, I say Tyrod, but it's like
I don't think he likes
Tyrod. It's something else.
We're gonna figure it out and say it in the right accent because I don't want to call a man by a name he doesn't want to be called. As someone whose name is Alain, and I get a lot of weird variations of it. I feel, but I believe it was on Undisputed where they were talking about how he likes his name called. But talking about Taylor,
so it says it's Tyrod.
Maybe it's Tyrod. Maybe that's the way he wants to be. Tyrod. The way he pronounces his name. So
it's not Tyrod, it's Tyrod.
So for those of you who don't know, Tyrod Taylor should be the starting quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers. But last Sunday, he had an incident before the game where a doctor was injecting him with, was it a painkiller? Or they were injecting him with something, and they punctured his lung, which caused him to have to sit out last week and this week. And to me, that is mind-blowing. How should a quarterback feel about that? And two, do you think there's a case there where he should sue the team or the doctor?
I think there's definitely got to be a case there. Like, he was a starting quarterback, and then all of a sudden you're not anymore because of this. And I feel like Tyrod Taylor has gotten a short end of the stick in so many other teams, like the Bills or the Browns, where he got hurt and hey, let's bring in Baker, and Baker did great. So it's like, okay, we're gonna sit you back. So he got the short end of the stick, and he's getting it now because he sits down and the rookie quarterback that's behind him comes out and does a bomb job, and it sucks because of someone else's mess up. That now you're there. And I just imagine how that feels. Like, they punctured his lung. What were they doing to this man that they punctured his lung?
The fact that Justin Herbert might be the new starting quarterback, if he plays well, if he continues to play well, and he wins ball games,
that's it.
What happens? It's such a mind-boggling situation that's happening to Taylor right now. And all you can do is feel for the man, because he's actually a pretty good quarterback who's put up decent numbers and has led teams. He led the Bills to the playoffs one year, and it's just unfortunate that this keeps happening to someone like Taylor, who this year he came up and was going to be the starting quarterback for the Chargers. And now all of a sudden, sorry, we punctured your lung. You are not going to be on the bench. It's actually a little strange.
I can't even imagine that being a thing like, oh, you punctured your lung. You're not going to play. I'm like, what do you mean you punctured my lung? What the hell were you guys doing to me? I'd be so upset that, like I said, I can't imagine that happening to me without going ballistic. So I'm surprised that he hasn't said anything on like Twitter or Instagram or Facebook like everyone else likes to do. Because I'd be livid, and I'd be, like I said, if I could sue these guys, I'd call up, I'd go, boop, 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 boop. Hey, Alain.
So,
ring, ring. Alain, yeah, I was, working out with this team, and they punctured my lung, man. What should I do? Like, I was just there. Can I sue them?
Oh, we better. We should have a case. I'm not sure. Okay, so here's the thing. Legally, I mean, was there a contract? It depends what says in the contract. If a team,
isn't the contract saying that
was
you punctured my lung?
I don't know. I don't know if there was negligence. I don't know if that type. Okay, it depends. depending on how the injection happened or what was going on, is that a potential injury that could happen when you put that inside of my body? If that is a potential thing that might happen, and I knew about that as something that could happen to me, then there might not be a case. If this is a surprise to everyone that there was a drastic mistake and it was just
sounds like it.
So it just depends when it comes to that stuff. But
I know definitely I'm gonna be like Alain. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Hey,
well, you know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm calling ring ring. Yo, Melo.
Yeah.
Is Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL? Because that's our next topic. Tell me, is it Mahomes or Russell Wilson? Or are we still saying that Lamar Taylor is the best quarterback in the NFL? Because now I don't know with Lamar Jackson being 0-3 against Mahomes.
I'm gonna say that Mahomes is right now the best quarterback in the league.
Mahomes is not the best quarterback in the league. It's Russell Wilson, but continue.
You know what? It is Mahomes. I just think Russell Wilson has not gotten the respect that he deserves.
Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in the NFL. Yes, he is. Mahomes has probably by far the best offense in the league, and then Andy Reid is one of the best quarterback coaches. What does Russell Wilson year in and year out keep showing you what he does with mediocre players and not having
mediocre?
You're right. It's not mediocre, but it's not top talent NFL stars that you hear.
I forgot Marshawn Lynch was it?
I'm telling you about no. Marshawn hasn't been in the team in 3-4 years. What are you talking about?
He was still there for the majority of it. They had the 12th
The
man.
Chiefs have Hill.
The defense was
Kelsey,
Richard Sherman,
and now the rookie is balling. That means you have a top player in each one of your positions.
You're right.
Russell Wilson does not have that.
He did though at one point.
I'm talking about right now.
Right now,
and right now he's breaking records. Russell Wilson
until Mahomes,
he is so
dethroned.
Disrespected.
You're right, he is, because I saw that apparently he has never received one MVP vote. He definitely is disrespected, without a doubt. Disrespected completely. But I don't think he's the best. I think Mahomes is better. I think Mahomes gives you like a different intangible that Russell Wilson doesn't. Yes, he has.
Which is what?
He can throw balls from behind his back.
So can Russell Wilson.
He
just doesn't do that dumb stuff because he doesn't need to. Russell Wilson doesn't have to play that because he's not. Mahomes is winning by 100 because of his amazing castmates. So yeah, Mahomes could just throw his hand in the back. If you put Mahomes in the Seahawks, I guarantee you Mahomes won't be just throwing it behind his back, doing all these things because he knows he's not going to have those big leads because he doesn't have that offense like Russell Wilson does.
But were you not say that about Russell Wilson a couple years ago? Where
that's the end of this quarter. That's on to the next quarter. We're done with the NFL. Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in the league, and I'm going to give it to him because nobody respects him.
It's all about Miami.
On to the fourth quarter. Melo, what are we going to talk about? This time starts now.
Everyone throw your floors up in the air. Tim Brigham style, just
there. Man, I missed that show.
I love that show.
But one day we're going to have a OT on that show. Such a good show to watch.
Friday Night Lights, because you had Tim Brigham.
Man, such a good show.
Oh, you had Michael B. Jordan starting off there. So, Matt said, how about Saracen sleeping with the coach's daughter?
Michael B. Jordan did start off in that show, man. Wow.
You had a Coach Taylor. I want Coach Taylor to coach my life. Anyway, we're going with quarter number 4, and we're going to, again, switch it on up. We're going to talk about Major League Baseball because, hey, guess what started today? The Major League Baseball playoffs, and that is one of the most exciting times of Major League Baseball. So, do you want me to, name the bracket off for you? Who's there and who's not?
Do it.
All right, so we're going to start off with the American League. We have the Tampa Bay Rays, got the number 1 seed, versus the Toronto Blue Jays. And so, I'll say this before. So, the wild card round, everyone's playing. It's 8 teams each side. The first round is the best of 3. Then the American League, whatever League division series is the best of 5. Then the conference and the World Series is best of 7. So it varies with each round. So first we have the Rays versus the Blue Jays. Then we have the Cleveland Indians versus the New York Yankees. Then we have the Minnesota Twins and the cheating Houston Astros. Then we have Oakland A's against the Chicago White Sox for the American League. So let's go through that one first. What do you think? So Rays versus Blue Jays. Who are you going with that one?
I'm going to go to the Rays. The Rays have been playing the best baseball this year. They've been in the American League. They really have. They've been consistent. They've been playing amazing on both sides of the field, both sides of the ball. So I'm going to go Tampa. And who's going to write this down, me or you? We should definitely keep this.
I got you here.
All right, yeah. So we're both going to do our March Madness brackets.
All right, so we got
for baseball.
Alain with the Rays. And I'm going to go Rays too, just because they've been, again, they're the one team besides the Yankees that, they've just been better.
All right. The next one, I know we're both going to do this, so I can speak for him. We're both going to go Yankees. I know that. We're both huge Yankee fans. But besides us being homers with the Yankees, I just think now with the Yankees getting healthier, they should win this series against Cleveland.
Absolutely. And, already some of the games have happened today. And the Yankees won the first game. And they didn't do it, quietly. They won the game. Hold on a second. I will tell you right now the exact score because for some reason it disappeared off my screen. They won the game 12-3 against Cleveland. Garrett Cole went out there and threw a gem. Oh, and also, I guess we can talk about the Rays because apparently all the American League teams played today. The Rays beat Toronto 3-1 today. So the Rays are up 1 as well. So next game, we have the Minnesota Twins and Houston cheating Astros. I'm going to go with the Twins because I can't stand the Astros. So
I'm going to go with the Twins for different reasons, and that's because the Astros can't take their pictures anymore. So that's why.
So they can't cheat, what you're saying.
And then the next one, we have the Chicago White Sox versus the Oakland A's. And I am going to pick the first Cinderella story right now. The first upset. Oh, actually, the Yankees is technically an upset, so I'm lying. The second was, I guess, the second upset of this one, and I'm going to go with the White Sox to win this one. And that's not just because they won today, as we were talking about. There have been games already where the White Sox did win 4-1, but I just, after watching Billy Bean watching Moneyball this weekend and on the flight to Pensacola, I saw Moneyball, and I just thought, you know what, it's going to happen again. Whenever you have this great ace teams, they always get eliminated.
It's so funny. We literally have the same pick because I thought the White Sox as well.
So did we pick the same teams for the
game? We picked Rays, Yankees too because I just don't like Houston. And even though Houston won today 4-1, I don't want them to win. But the White Sox was a team that I picked early in the season to kind of advance. So it's funny that you say that we both have the White Sox. So all right, so moving on to the National League then.
All right, moving on to the National League. Let me do this one because you did it last time. So we have the number 1 seed, the LA Dodgers versus the Milwaukee Brewers for number 8, the 8th seed on that one. And then the second game, the second teams, we have the St. Louis Cardinals, number 5, versus the San Diego Padres, number 4. And I say it loud because I live in San Diego for 3.5 years. So shout out to Tony Tone. Shout out to my family over there in San Diego. And then, oh, man, here we go. We have the Marlins versus the Cubs on the next one. The Marlins, go Marlins. And then on the last game, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the Atlanta Braves. Let's start from the top. Melo, who you got, LA or Brewers?
I picked the Brewers to be in the playoffs, but, man, I got to go with the Dodgers. Mookie is... I'm going Dodgers.
Oh, man, I got friends in Milwaukee, but you have to give it to the Dodgers because Dodgers don't get eliminated till later. Yeah, so exactly. Dodgers and the Dodgers for sure.
All right, so second round, we got Padres and the Cardinals. Just because I want to see it in the next round. I'm going to Padres. I'm going with your boys. I'm going with your boys.
I hate that we're going to keep agreeing with each other.
I'm going with your boys.
I'm going for the Padres also. I had to give them, man. They really do have a stacked offense. Honestly, they have a really good offense. So I'm going with the Padres.
Manny Machado, baby. And next we got the Cubbies versus the Marlins. And just because, I mean, if we're going to look at history, you don't bet against the Marlins in the wild card. You don't. You just don't. And I gotta go Homer. I gotta go Miami. I gotta go Marlins.
Well, and mixed core number 3. I don't know what was said, but Brady the GOAT. Oh, okay.
That was Kenny.
Kenny was busy. Took a little break. Well, it's all right because after this, you can tune in to watch us after on YouTube. Go to our Facebook. You can see us there. You can also tune in on Apple Podcasts.
Yes, Apple Podcasts.
You can tune in there. CNN Sports.
iHeartRadio. We're on everywhere.
All right. So if you want, go to our Instagram. We'll make sure to have those links there for you guys. If you missed a quarter, it's all right. So I'm also going to go with the Marlins. You guys aren't surprised. All right. So then last game, we have the number 2 seed Braves versus the number 7 seed Reds. Who you got? Who do you have?
So I saw this bracket the other day when everything was set in stone, and I said, if the Marlins can get past the Cubs, they're making it to the NLS Championship Series because they're not losing to the Braves. They're not losing to the Reds. So I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to say the Reds win the series and the Marlins get that easy road to the NLSCS.
All right. I am going to go with the Braves on this one. So I don't want to disagree with you. I just feel I want to add some fun to this bracket because we've agreed on everything. So why not pick the number 2 seeded Braves to beat the 7 seeded Reds? I feel I might have the up on that one against you. All right, so let's go back to the American League and let's go. Who do you got?
All right, so then it's Rays Yankees,
which we both agree on.
And I'm not gonna root against my team, man. We got Stanton back, we got Judge back. Sorry, Rays. Bye-bye. Best of 5. I'm going Yankees.
That's a bold prediction, man. That's a bold prediction, but I love it because I'm going to go Yankees also. I think the Yankees are star-studded. They've been here before. They can do it again. Let's get it. Let's go, boys. The Yankees can do it.
Not only that, but I feel like they're going to, like I said, guys like Stanton are going to benefit from not having fans there, where he doesn't have to worry about people calling him a bum or just saying anything to him or heckling him. He's going to benefit from that, where he's like, yeah, I just got to go out there and hit, and he's going to hit because that's what that boy does.
Exactly. So let's go to the second round right there. American.
So, Twins and White Sox for both of us.
We both agreed.
I'm going to go with White Sox.
Okay. White Sox. Okay. Nope. I'm going to go Twins. Let's go Twins. Twins, Yankees. That's going to be it for me. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. I think the Twins being the 3rd seed, really good seed, and in the words of Donald Trump, they're a really, really good team. A good team. So let's go. We got Yankees and Twins for me, and Yankees and.
Well, no, we're gonna go to the National League. So
no, I know, but you got Yankees and
Twins, and you have Yankees, Twins. I have Yankees, White Sox.
Okay, there we go.
ALCS. So next up, we have the National League. So now we have.
Put Kenny up there because you got the Marlins.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm obviously looking at it. So, don't know baseball, but always go. Of course, Kenny, you gotta go for the home team. Although, I mean, we're Yankee fans, so.
All right, so let's go.
I was gonna go for them.
Let's go, Melo. What do we got? We got Dodgers and Padres, right? We both agreed on that.
Yes.
This is an interesting one. Who do you got?
I last year thought the Padres were going to get in here, and they didn't. And I feel like the Dodgers are always that team that is going to get there. But screw it. I am going San Diego Padres.
Oh, my God. Why do you keep agreeing with me? This is so annoying. I have Padres also on this one. I have to root for the Padres. I think they're so good this year that they're just so exciting and so fun.
They got it all together.
And the Dodgers just never seem to do it. So I don't think they're going to go over the hump this year. So I got Padres also. All right, let's go. We have different one on this one. We both have Marlins. I have Braves. You have Cincinnati. But I'm going to go Marlins. I'm going Marlins.
Wow. Okay, so I guess it's going to be a shock for everyone. I am going to go with none other than
It's not a shocker because you said it before.
the Miami Marlins.
There you go. You said it. You said it. That if we made it to that round, then we'd beat the Cincinnati Reds or the Atlanta Braves.
Absolutely.
I'm paying attention. I know you don't pay attention, but I was paying attention to that. So let's take it back to the American League, where I have Yankees versus Twins. And I have the New York Yankees back in the championship, in the World Series, the nicest looking trophy in sports. It's a beautiful trophy.
It's great.
I think.
I love it. Because you have all the teams represented
It's
there, and then
beautiful
the
trophy.
one that is just all time.
So who do you got? Who's making it to the finals?
So I had Yankees, White Sox. Come on now. We're going Yankees all the way. So Yankees over the White Sox.
Yankees are making it to the 2020 World Series for four-quarter sports. National League. Who you got? Who you got?
So we got Padres with the Marlins. I feel like this is going to be a tougher one for you. But for me, ain't no question about it. I got DJ. I got Aguilar. I got my boy John Birdie stealing home, going to the World Series. Marlins, baby, let's go.
Man, this is a tough one. This is a tough one because I love my Miami Marlins. Every time we make it to the playoffs, we always win the championship. But then I got the San Diego Padres.
It's a toughie for you.
Who truly have come out of nowhere, just like the Marlins, just come out of nowhere and just dominate. I really don't know who to pick. This is a tough decision for me. But baseball is, beautiful sport. It's America's sport.
America's pastime.
And there's nothing more poetic and more romantic than having a Yankees Marlins rematch and having the Miami Marlins in the finals in the World Series, just like the Heat being in the NBA championship. So let's get it. 4 quarters proudly brings to you a Yankees versus Marlins World Series again.
Rematch.
No Josh Beckett this time. No dethrone.
No dethrone. No
none of that. No Roger Clemens. No Derek Lee. None of those GOATs. None of those great players. I can name you the whole Marlins. No Luis Castillo. No Alex Gonzalez. No Mike Lowe. Shout out to Mike Lowe. Cuban, born and raised. Boy, no Juan Pierre, like you said. Nobody. It's a whole new team, whole new everything. So it's exciting if that can happen. Even the Marlins got a new uniform. Not biased at all.
I'm biased about Kenny. You're right.
No, that was not a homer pick.
This boy ain't naming.
Yes, that's 97. That's 97.
Edgar Renteria.
That's 97. And I know you Googled that, but you don't want me to name? Hey, Charles Johnson at catcher. Come on, I can keep going. Renteria. We got who is Bobby Bonilla. Oh man, I could have kept going.
Well, we got to get our picks though for the World Series though. So Yankees, we both have Yankees Marlins going at it. So what are you picking, my friend?
Wow.
Rematch 03, 17 years later. Is Billy the Marlins gonna get another ring?
Man, if I go against Miami, would that be bad?
Is Don Madeline gonna get his first ring?
Man, you know what is 2020? Miami, baby. I'm gonna go for Miami. I love my Marlins. They're gonna beat the Yankees. We're gonna overcome all odds. Miami will win the 2020 World Series and the 2020 NBA Finals, because why not us? Why not this beautiful?
So you're saying we're going back to back in sports, and the pots and pans are gonna be out there,
man,
like nothing no one's ever seen before.
Man, George Foreman's, whatever you want to get, we're gonna go nuts. We're gonna go La Carreta. We're gonna go everywhere. Watch. This is my
rock your 4 quarters gear at Bird.
Because only we're gonna start having some 4 quarters merch. 2020, because only in Miami do we still know how to party in 2020. That's it. That should be our first shirt. 2020 Miami, we still know how to party. 4 quarters set. 4 quarters. Alain says Miami wins the World Series.
So your boy Melo, who's boom, always right. Man, it's 2020. What are the chances that the Heat make it to the finals?
2020, man, it came up. Yeah.
The Marlins are in the playoffs with a chance to compete. We both have them going there because how do you bet against a team that is basically 2-0 in the wild card, getting to the World Series, winning it? And then this team is, people can say what they want about the Marlins, but this team, they're fighters, just like the Heat are. They're going to go out there. They're never going to give up. It doesn't matter if they're down 12-3. They're going to go out and keep doing it. However, I feel like this is the year that the Yankees get their redemption against that 0-3 team.
This is the year that's how crazy your pick is right now.
This is the year the Marlins get their redemption the Yankees get their redemption for losing in 0-3. And I'm going to go New York Yankees winning the World Series. Eric Boone getting that dub that he should have gotten in 0-3, but he didn't because the Marlins creamed him. And he's going to get it. He's going to get that ring. As much as I love the Marlins, I love what Jeter's doing. You're going to have your time. This year is all about the Yanks.
It's going to be the Marlins. But I like your prediction, and I'm going to be happy either way. It's the year.
Kenny, it's the year of
I'm going to read it how Kenny read it. It's the year of Miami. Heat for finals. Marlins for World Series. UN for national championship. And screw it, Dolphins for the Super Bowl. Okay. And if the Dolphins win, it's for the millions and millions of fans are going to love it.
All right, Kenny, so I'm just going to say that if you're going to come on the 4 quarter show, I need you to not, be under the influence of anything, because for you to say the Dolphins in Super Bowl like that, maybe if you would have said the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals, I would have understood that. But the Dolphins, come on now. You know that ain't happening.
Are you drinking or are you drinking, bro?
Of course I'm drinking.
Well, you got to take a little swig because I got to give this to you. Come on.
I got you right now.
If you guys know Melo over the years, he's not really sure he doesn't really know how to hold his liquor, but he does it pretty. You see what I'm saying, guys? You see? So we can't even drink 2 bottles here without him.
Anyways.
Just wanted.
So, we've come down to everyone's favorite time.
No, hold on. Before OT.
Why do you gotta ruin it for me?
I know. I'm so sorry. I hate that I just interrupted you, but I want you to have that same energy after what we just said. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning. I know 4 quarters doesn't give that much attention to the NHL, but we promise you, we guarantee you that next year when the NHL starts, me and Melo will be more and more and more educated, and we'll definitely start watching the NHL more often, and we will even go to Panthers games because me and Melo, I'm saying it right now, will be Panthers season ticket holders.
I love the fucking Panthers.
Yes, we will. Lorenzo Law is going to get Panther season tickets. We're going to get 2 tickets, and me and Melo will be at the games, and we're going to start watching games.
We'll even broadcast from the game if that ever becomes a thing.
We'll try. We'll definitely try. But yes, that we're
right. I mean, it's a Florida team, so it's.
I know. We have to give a shout out.
It goes with 2020. We can have the Lightning. We can have the Heat. We can have the Marlins. Like, come on now.
So shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning for winning.
Did you say Tom Brady?
For winning.
Tom Brady Super Bowl? What? In Tampa?
For winning there was a 6-game series. They won 4 games, only lost 2, and they won the Stanley Cup. So shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Good job. And now you can get it going.
So after that
interruption,
we're gonna go into a little bit of the OT, OT.
OT, OT.
It never gets much love in the OT. We're in overtime, everyone's favorite time of four quarters, because we talk about anything that is not sports related, even though sometimes we do mix it up, but if not, we don't. And we just talk about what's going on in our lives, what's going on in the world, and, anything's going on.
Anything, everything, no time limit for OT. We just talk about whatever we want, and it's one of our favorite times. So, Melo, we just finished watching the presidential election, or how I should say, I just finished watching the presidential election because Melo was snoozing, even though I would have paid to watch that election because that was a punch for punch watch. Just watching those two men, what I think was debating. Wow, look at you. You just can't hold this liquor.
Kenny, the ASMR.
Wow, for the first time, I can't believe he says you. I do SMR. I did it once, and I thought it was pretty good.
Kenny, the ASMR is coming. You got it.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry about it. No, I'll be disappointed.
So, Melo, stop. What was your opinion? You see why you can't give Melo bottles of wine? What was... Wait. Hold on. Before we talk about the presidential election, we did not discuss in halftime, and I blame you for this, because you were too busy thinking about how I am the champion and you weren't. What do we bring the winner next week? What does Melo want if he wins?
You mean when Melo wins?
Okay, Melo, what do you want to do if you hypothetically win?
So I brought you a little bit of the white this week. So I want a little bit of the red next week.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No. You know what Melo wants next week?
What does Melo want next week?
Melo's got another nickname that a lot of people don't know about.
Is this a 4 quarters exclusive? Do we not know this?
It's a 4 quarters exclusive if you don't know Melo personally.
I mean, if you've ever heard Melo's intros, we've heard 20 nicknames at this point. So I am not sure how we're not aware of this nickname.
No. This nickname, though, it's synonymous, with Melo. If you go out with him on a particular day of the week.
Oh, I go on. Okay. Which day?
You've been out with Melo this particular day of the week. So
what day?
Sunday.
Yes. Oh, I have video footage of me going out with Melo's on Sunday. What? Tell me what they call you on Sundays.
On Sundays, Melo is known as none other than Mimosa Pappy.
Oh my God.
So when Melo wins this week, he wants mimosas. He wants champagne.
You want me to bring
some OJ? He wants a spray of OJ. He wants that like OJ in the champagne. That's what Melo wants.
Wow, that's what you want. You want me to bring you mimosas?
Yes.
You want me to go buy champagne and orange juice for you? It's not even Sunday, on a Tuesday.
Exactly. On a Tuesday. Exactly what Melo wants, because Mimosa Pappy will make an appearance on voters.
What I want is more wine, because I love my wine and I want a cab. I want a Cabernet specifically.
Cab. Okay.
I want a cab next Tuesday when I win, because that's what I do, because I am the undisputed halftime champion. Now back to OT. There's never much love when we go on OT. Let's go. So, Melo, what do you think about the presidential election, the one you did not watch?
So, I will admit to Alain and everyone else out there, we were watching it together, and Melo had a long day today. Not even gonna deny it. And I thought I fell asleep for like 10 minutes. Apparently I fell asleep for an hour.
Fell asleep for an hour.
But from what I saw from it, man, I really don't know how to feel about it, in all honesty, because
he didn't watch it.
No, but it's not even because I saw plenty of it to give an opinion. Well, not plenty, but a good part of it to give my opinion on it, where it just feels like it was, in my opinion, I feel like it didn't help out either candidate because it was more like of a bashing attack to me. You know,
It was a what?
bashing.
Who did the bashing?
Both guys.
I can. You know what?
But you want to know why? Because I feel like, let's say Trump were like, oh yeah, but Biden's son and all this stuff with Russia, and then Biden's bashing was like, hey, yeah, he's a clown. I can't even talk over him. It's like, I feel like stuff like that, one, is not presidential, and two, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help your cause. So I don't know. You can talk more about it because your boy fell asleep, for a freaking hour.
Well, I thought the presidential election was interesting. I really thought it was a circus to watch. Unfortunately, it saddens me that these two men is the best we have to offer. And that's no disrespect to Joe Biden.
You know what, though? It's not, though. It's the best we were getting because I know we're going into politics, which is something that we never do here. And I personally don't like to do because it's a big divide. But
I agree. I don't like
screwed over Bernie Sanders twice.
I don't like having politics in sports just because sports is, for me, is my outlet from getting away from sports. So talking about politics right now is kind of not what I want to do. But OT is where we talk about this.
Exactly, it's the world, and we're not gonna deny you guys from that, and we're not gonna deny ourselves from that. So
I will say what Kenny said is right. Biden did go down to Trump's level. If anything, Biden had more name calling this time around than Trump did. But Trump did, stoop down to his usual Trump level, doing what he does. But he didn't name call the way
he did what he always does.
Which is what I told Kenny this weekend. If Biden does not do that, I think it'll be better. And unfortunately, he did, which I didn't like. But I thought pretty much what you were,
right there.
These two is what we have to offer, and no disrespect to Biden, but I just don't think either candidate should be president, and that's just how I feel. But the debate, honestly, I feel at the end of the day, I don't think it turned anybody's heads. I think if you were for Trump, you're going for Trump. If you're for Biden, you're going for Biden. I think the only people who this helped were the people who were confused about Biden's mental state. I know a lot of people were kept talking about his mental state, things like that. So,
but I don't even think it did that.
Well, I think it did because Biden only stumbled a couple times, but it was just because it's a debate that happens. But he spoke for an hour and a half. If you have dementia, it's from someone who has a family member with dementia, it's a very serious thing. So for you to claim someone has dementia is, it's kind of, messed up. He spoke for an hour and a half. If you have dementia, you're not a function. You can't do that.
You wouldn't be able to keep up.
So there's people who assume that Biden, has those issues. And I feel for those people, that helped. But either way, this debate didn't help me think either or about either candidate, which is a shame. I wish it was a different outcome, but it was a punch for punch debate. It was entertaining, I will say, but
it was like a WWE match.
Now moving on from the debate, away from politics and going on to what we like talking about.
If you guys, I don't want to interrupt you, Alain, but if you have any opinions, just like Kenny, let us know. We're here to chime in.
Also, if you don't want to hear about politics, let us know.
Yeah,
say, hey, just take politics out of the show. I'm not gonna say we're gonna listen to you because sometimes politics is important. But I would love to hear people's opinions on politics in sports. Should it be in? Should it be out? Do you just want to play sports? And it's not saying that you disagree with what's happening in the world. I think we can all agree that racism is bad and we all should be equal. But do you?
It's like, what is your getaway from it?
Yeah.
Sports,
do you kind of
distraction from it?
Yeah.
So just let us know. Like I said, we're here for you.
Yeah.
Alain, we're here for you.
Because we all agree with how the world should work. We should all be equal and it should all be fair. But we want to know people's opinions on sports. When you turn on your TV, do you want to see it? Do you think it's cool the players do it? Do you not think it's cool? So yeah, Moving on to the next topic. I know we have here something written down about fantasy football, but that's not what I want to hear about because I have waited an hour and 54 minutes to hear about this. Melo watched Mulan. And I want to hear. I want to hear first. Did you spend the $30 on Mulan? Because I didn't pay for it. Did you spend $30 on Mulan? And then I want to hear your opinion on Mulan.
So, if
I'm going to
you guys
sip my wine while Melo talks.
So, for all you listeners out there, if you tuned into, boom, so sorry, that's my phone.
Melo can't drink and podcast at the same time.
That's not true. If you listen to our last episode, we talked about Mulan because Alain watched it. He said it was garbo, don't watch it. We had people chime in, say the same thing. So I did, my own research because, a lot of people like to say things are bad and, it's all on everyone's taste. I went on, got I shared Disney Plus with my cousin. She purchased Mulan. So I didn't have to purchase it. So I just went on. I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this.
Fair enough.
Exactly. So
Smart.
I didn't purchase it. Went on.
Purchase. You did not purchase. Man, my boy's been drinking in this podcast.
Didn't purchase it. I went on, watched Mulan, and man, what a great movie.
I know you're lying.
Mulan was not.
Oh, okay.
My
God, what to
goodness.
say? What do you? I was like, no way. Okay, I'll let you talk.
I like I said, I listened to what you said. I said, I'm going to watch it. So my only thing after watching Mulan was, okay, I feel like I have to watch the cartoon again because
That was good.
there were so many different things that I'm like, I don't remember that happening. And
Which did you watch first? I mean, did you watch?
I watched Mulan first, the live action first.
I wish you would have watched
The
cartoon and then. Okay. So you watched the cartoon after.
Yeah. So
what happened?
So then I'm just like, yo, there's so many different things. And then at the end, I realized, I was like, okay, wait, Mulan is a Disney princess, but she's not a Disney princess. So I think that was my biggest thing going from it. Like, Mulan is not a Disney princess. To everyone out there, I'm going to break your glass. She's not a Disney princess. She didn't marry a prince. She wasn't a princess. They just gave her that title. And that to me was the biggest glass breaking thing from watching Mulan. The movie had its moments where it wasn't bad, but it's like what Alain said, where why did they gotta give it this chi thing? Why couldn't she just be Mulan that, was a badass and could, beat all these other guys and take you into battle and lead you to victory? So to me, I didn't understand that. And it's, again, what Alain said. And it was a little frustrating. Like I said, that's why I said I need to watch the cartoon again because there's a lot of things that aren't clicking. And the princess thing was the number one thing that I was like, wait, isn't she supposed to be a princess? And nope, she's not. So everyone out there, Mulan is a Disney princess, but she's really not. And we're going to go to the comments here to my girl, Jasmine Valdez.
Ooh.
You guys need to watch Tenet. I want to hear, you know what? That's going to be for next week, Jasmine, because she was the one that I was looking at her Instagram. Just saying.
Jasmine?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Jasmine's amazing. She's an amazing singer. Really, truly beautiful voice. So smart. Great lyricist. Yeah, she's awesome, and I'm so happy she's a fan of ours.
Jasmine, you can follow me on DJ Melo 540. Just saying. But
Jasmine she really is. She's amazing, so talented, and I love her opinions. But you know what? I'm gonna talk to Melo about that. Jasmine, thank you for bringing up Tenet. I'm gonna look at the movie times, and I think that'll be a great 4 quarters date.
Hold on, wait. Gracias. This is my brother, by the way. Anyone who's watching, he just said Dios. Oh my God, I can't speak Spanish.
Dios te bendiga, hermanito.
Espero que estás bien. Me alegra verte por estos medios. And it's my brother.
Muchas gracias, hermano de Melo. Muchas gracias.
Te quiero, hermano.
Los dos te queremos. Si eres familia de Melo, también eres familia para mí. So, gracias.
And then what we got?
Great singer she is, man. I honestly, every time I hear when she either puts it on Snap or her Instagram, man, her voice really takes me to another place. I love music.
So Jasmine, real talk, DJ Melo 540. Because, like I said, that's what got me distracted during halftime, looking at IG. But yeah. Anyways, you were saying, my friend, about Mulan. How did you feel about that? Because to me, the biggest thing was that she wasn't a princess.
Well, she wasn't really a princess in the movie either, so I don't know.
But I felt like it was, in my entire life, it was like, Mulan's a princess. It's like Cinderella, Belle, Snow White, Mulan, and it's like Pocahontas.
Yes.
Like, she wasn't even a princess in her own like family.
She's not a princess in the original movie either, but I think the term Disney princess just comes from you're just being the main character in your Disney movie. I don't think necessarily you're a princess. I think Mulan is one of those unique movies that does that. I think just like, and correct me if I'm wrong, no,
because like Nala from Lion King wasn't a princess, even though technically, if you want to get, she was.
You're right, but. I think just Mulan's. That's why Mulan's such an amazing movie, though.
Like I said, but it's what you said. I feel like they never should have made the chi a thing.
Yeah,
like it should have just been Mulan going out there, like she studied with her dad, and like the whole, I'm gonna, what's the word? Disgrace my family. Thing should have never been a play in it. It should have just been like, I'm going to go out there and do my best. And like, I don't know. When I watched Mulan from the first, like the cartoon, it wasn't like when I just watched Mulan now.
Exactly. I think that was the most frustrating part as a Disney fan or even as a Mulan fan. I just feel, women are strong. Women are powerful. Women can do anything a man can do. So I just feel having that extra chi. And even if you want to symbolize it as that's everybody's strength or every woman has that chi, I get it. But I think if a young woman is watching it or even a young man or a young child is watching that, they're not going to understand that. I feel you just should have made it where, just like the original Mulan, she was a regular girl and she had to go to battle and trained her butt off and then became better than the men. And I thought that was a more beautiful story.
Of course. So, it's like she did what she did and I feel like that could have equated to so many other people. Like she did the work that she needed to do to be better than a guy.
Yeah. And taking all that stuff away also, the movie just wasn't entertaining. Even if you added, the chi wasn't the worst part of the movie, by the way. That's just us going deep into the movie. The movie just was not entertaining. It didn't set anything up. It moved everything quickly. It had no Disney songs. Even at least Aladdin had Disney songs, which made it entertaining and fun.
The songs to me was like I said, to me when I asked you, I was like, no Mushu, no songs. It was so big to me that I'm like, and like a perfect song would have been when. I don't want to spoiler alert for everyone out there who hasn't watched Mulan. There's a scene where they're in battle and the guys retreat, and she goes and follows in the horse. That would have been a great moment for a song.
Nothing. There was nothing.
And then when she meets the woman who's also like her, that's people consider to be a witch.
That was not in the original movie. This is totally new.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's confusing. Wasn't it dumb that the witch? It's not spoilers, but that the witch did what she did when she has all these magical powers, and it was so confusing.
And then at the end, when I was like, she's gonna sacrifice herself for Mulan, when she was all about the opposite side. There were so many things wrong with that movie that.
100%, but I definitely
$30.
I definitely want to check out Tenet. So Melo, if you're available this week, let me know. I would love for us to go watch it together.
Oh, it was Jasmine, right? That said about
yes. Tenet. So I definitely want to go watch Tenet. I was actually supposed to watch it with Kenny this past weekend, which is this is a good segue to our weekend update of what we did this weekend. But We were supposed to try to go see movie times for Tenet. It didn't happen. So Melo, you're going to be a great substitute date instead of Kenny, even though Kenny would have been a better date. But
I love being the substitute. You know, I'm always the sixth man. So you know what, Jasmine, I got you. Tenet, definitely. Whatever you want. You just let me know what you want to watch. I'll go watch Tenet. But I have her. I mean, it's funny because speaking about Tenet, you know, John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son. We played 2K. Our friend, one of our really good friends, CK, on 2K, his player looks like John David Washington.
Yes.
And we rank on him all the time because he looks just like John David Washington. Like, yo, hey, that's Denzel Washington's son.
All the time. Yeah, so how was your weekend? Just to finish off the show, how did your weekend go?
All right, so weekend. So let us see. I had my cousin come down from Jersey and chilled with him for a bit. Saw the Heat game. I actually went to I made a bold move. Went to Food and Wine at Epcot with him and another one of my cousin. Oh wait, Kenny, Uncle CK. Shout out to CK. Penny. Yo, Penny does not know what she's in for.
Hold on.
Do it. Penny does not know what she's in for, man. She got so many unks.
Shout out to Eric, our boy CK. He's a father. He's naming his beautiful daughter to be Penelope Rose. What a beautiful name. Beautiful name. I already got to give it up to him.
And she doesn't know what she's in for, like I said. She has so many.
You know what she's in for?
Protecting her.
She's in for a lot of love. That's what she's in for.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm saying, like, it's gonna be like Bad Boys too.
She's not dating. She's not dating anybody.
Oh, well, I'm saying, just think about it. Think about it. We're both at CK's house. We're there just chilling, you know, having a couple of beers or something like that. Some guy comes up to, you know, pick her up. Oh yeah, I'm here to pick up Penelope. Who? It's like, hey, you ever made love to a man? Nope.
You want to? She doesn't. Oh, man,
she doesn't even know.
I can't wait to get the text from Eric saying, "Yo, Penelope's going on a date on the way." I'm like, whatever I'm doing, I'm on the way.
On the way.
So you were at Epcot this weekend?
What?
How did I not know this? How did you not tell me? You know I love Disney. How did I not know this? Was
because
it safe?
You were in Pensacola. So we'll get into that now. So I'm going to go to my first. So I went to Epcot. Everyone out there. I went to Epcot. Cousins came. I had a cousin come from Jersey with his girl.
How was I invited to this? This is insane to me.
You were in Pensacola, my friend. So went to Epcot, did Food and Wine. Food and Wine was great. Drank so much, ate so much, obviously wearing my mask the entire time. There was a lot more people than I expected to, so a part of me was kind of like low-key worried on that end. However, you know, like I said, it's all on the person, I feel. For me, I was always wearing my mask whenever I wasn't around, you know, my cousins that I knew that weren't elsewhere. But food-wise and drink-wise, man, that was great. Drank so much, ate so much. It was a good vacation away from home. Because obviously, in Miami, it's about 3 hours away. It's a good, you know, getaway where you can just distract and, you know, be away from everything that's going on, like the real world. So, I mean, maybe I'm a dick for thinking that, but, you know, whatever. How about you, my friend? I know that you went somewhere too, because I recall someone, I don't know who, was it Luke Skywalker, Shawn Michaels? No, I think it was Melo, waking up at 4:45 in the morning to, you know, take someone to the airport.
Shout out to.
Is there an owl in here?
Shout out to Melo to come in clutch and take me to the airport last minute. At 5 a.m. I had an amazing trip to Pensacola.
I'll stop him right now before. He knows, and all my friends know. No need for the shout out. Melo's always going to be.
Yeah, but I'm not your friend. Melo's my brother. My brother would do anything for me, just like I would do anything for him. So that was so appreciative, and it was amazing. And it was to go visit my sister at Pensacola. That's where she lives, and it was for her birthday weekend. Unfortunately, Pensacola had a hurricane last week, which means everything was not only closed for COVID, but they closed for the hurricane. So whatever would have been open was closed. But I got to be with my family, and most of all, I got to see my amazing nephew. If you're a listener to the show, you know that is Kenny Goldberg, who's always here tuning in and paying attention. So I got to spend a whole weekend with him, and it was such a blessing. And
I'm low-key jealous.
As much as I love spending love spending time with my sister for her birthday. It just meant everything to me to spend it with my nephew, spend every night with him, talking to him, catching up, and just trying to be there for him. With my boy got a shoulder injury, because he's just a man's man, an athlete. He hurt his shoulder, but it's all right because now we're rehabbing it. So it was nice to spend time with him. And
I feel like I need a real Kenny update because I don't believe this at all.
Yeah, well, Kenny's like his Uncle CK. They got a couple injuries here and there. So it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Home. He's kind of like his Uncle CK. He's a little shoulder injury, but he'll be back stronger than ever because he's out there doing work. And I missed him so much, Kenny. You're my favorite person. I love you, and I already miss you. And you're gonna be on this podcast soon because I want to hear your opinions, and you're always here listening, tuning in.
So I love you too.
So we love you, and so that was my weekend, getting to be with the best person in the world and just seeing how he's doing. So, and I'm gonna try to go with him to Colorado. So maybe we do a podcast from Colorado.
Wait a minute. That's the only thing you love from that trip?
Huh?
That's the only thing you love from that trip?
Yes.
So wait. I want to make sure I'm invited to Colorado.
Oh, you want to go to Colorado?
Of course.
Oh, we're going to talk to C. Okay, we go C. We're going to talk to Kenny, see if you want to go to, okay.
Of course I want to, so... No one knows this, but my thing for Colorado is I've always wanted to go to what's it called? The
Red Rocks.
No, it's a festival. It's the son of a gun. Great American Beer Festival?
I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna look it up.
Great. All right. With that being said, hey, if Melo, if you come to Colorado, man, that's gonna be wild. That'll be a fun weekend. I'll let you know when we go. We're gonna stay at Kenny's place. Kenny's got a down place. Well, hopefully, he has talked to his roommate.
That. Kenny, me, like he doesn't like that I go against you. So he's never on my side.
Well, because you some crazy stuff. All my uncles. There you go.
Thank you.
Man, that's awesome.
Melo, Mach, CK.
That's the squad right there.
That's
the squad right there.
Kenny, I don't know if you're ready for all four of us though. I don't think you're ready for all four of us just based on the cruise that we had a couple years ago, where Ric Flair was going wild like woo! But yeah, the Great American Beer Festival. It's in Colorado, and it's like I said, a huge ass beer festival.
All right, man. Well,
get the pretzels going.
That probably won't be a thing because I'm gonna go see him probably in a month, but we'll see.
I'm sorry, does Melo have anything to do in a month?
No, I'm just saying. But if you wanted to go for the festival, that probably won't be a thing.
Well, no, obviously because it's normally during this time, so
we'll figure it out. But that's our episode. Thank you everyone for tuning in as always. We're really hitting that 2-hour mark each time, man. We're really watching it.
Yes. Yes.
That's what they have in Colorado, Oktoberfest?
Like I said, it's the Great American Beer Festival, and it's beer. Let's say it's about 200. I'm just saying 200. It might be more. 200 different breweries just giving you different beers throughout the whole thing. And you just go trying beers back and forth.
Well, I love beer, so I'll be ready for that.
Do you though? I feel like you got that wine thing going on.
Oh, right now, yeah. It doesn't mean I don't love wine. It doesn't mean I don't love lick. So it doesn't mean I don't love lick and stuff like that and beer. I'm good.
I don't know about that.
All right.
I feel like the BPE Alain that was always losing to Melo even back then.
Always losing to Melo?
Of course.
Let's not talk about that shot that somebody held you, straightened you out and shot it. But that's that
Where's
was
Danny Polo?
as a matter of fact, I saw Danny Polo a couple of weeks ago, and
Where's
Annie
Danny
shot Danny Polo and Annie. Yeah, I saw them. They're here. They're here.
Anyone, again, we're an OT. Anyone that's listening to this, BP, Beer Pong Entertainment. We created our own, beer pong and thing.
All right, so just say
your boy was the champ, just like he was a halftime champ.
So your BP champ. Next week, this is gonna say something else because I'm definitely gonna spray paint this because it says, we're gonna fix this. So, but for the meantime, just thank you to all our listeners. We'll tune in. Everybody tune in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Be back. This is your halftime champion right here signing off. Alain, great to see you. Any last words, Melo?
It won't last for long.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, if you want to, follow us on Instagram at The Four Quarter Show. Exactly what I just said. At THEFOUR. It's a lot. At The Four Quarter Show on Instagram.
Soon, I'm going to post some.
DM us. Say what you want to talk about. If you want us to talk about something important, whether if it's overtime, sports, whatever it is, let us know. If you love your boy Melo, you love, Alain, that, is in second place. Whatever it is, let us know. We're always here for you. We're here for you in general. And, that's pretty much it.
All right, signing off. Later, guys. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Tuesday, 8 p.m. Tune in. Let's go, Heat.